Max, I know how you feel about LeBron James, but how confident do you think LeBron really is about his Cavs getting it done?
No, I think he's sweating this one. I think he's confident in LeBron James, and that goes a long way. And if there's a chance that well, listen, I don't think they're going to beat the Warriors anyway. But again, as Jeff Van Gundy said, I didn't think they were going to beat them last year, and I think even less. They have even less of a chance this year. But even to get to the finals, LeBron's going to have to rely a lot on himself. His leadership abilities, I don't think should be questioned at this point, but sometimes it can turn into, as they say, white noise when the guy is giving the same message again and again. And this year, no matter how much he's pushed and talked about defense and implored teammates to play it, etc., it never got switched on. It just didn't. Now, neither did his, and maybe he has to lead by example. But Kyrie's defense has, if anything, regressed this year, I feel, when I've watched them. And he's capable of playing defense. A lot of people were saying, and I was one of them, hey, when J.R. Smith gets back, considering, amazingly, last year he was their best perimeter defender, maybe it'll get shorn up. That didn't happen either. He's got to be sweating it. Now, he knows that what they are capable of, intrinsically, internally. Yes, J.R. Smith can play perimeter defense. We saw it just last year. Yes, Kyrie Irving is a great all-around player. He is capable of doing it. We have seen that at times. And obviously, LeBron can also do it. So he knows it's in there somewhere. But so far, he has not been able to bring it out of this team. They have not had extended stretches of excellent play, especially since the All-Star break. He has got to be sweating this one, Stephen A.
LeBron James is supremely confident, Max, in himself. His teammates, an entirely different matter altogether. Which is why, come this summertime, you will see changes on this roster. This Cleveland Cavaliers team that you see together, there will be several new faces on this team next year. You can book that. It's what I've heard. It's the insider talking to you right now. I am telling you for a fact. This team is presently constructed. Probably will not be what they are next season. Having said all of that, let me go back to LeBron and his being supremely confident. LeBron James firmly believes he is the best player in the world. He has proven that he is. All of that is true. And one of the reasons why he's so supremely confident is that he believes, keep it close, and I can ultimately make the difference. Maybe not always putting in buckets, but also facilitating others doing the same. Kyrie Irving is a closer. LeBron believes in that, brother. Kyrie will show up. Kyrie ain't scared of Clay. He ain't scared of Steph. He'll be there. We'll see what the others do. But here's what it ultimately comes down to. We've made so much noise about Kevin Durant. What is LeBron James' record against Kevin Durant? It's like 18-5, okay? And obviously
like
beat him in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Durant averages about 29 against him, but LeBron averages 29 against KD. And more importantly, in key pivotal moments, when it counts most, one of the things that people in NBA circles, I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about me covering the league and talking to folks in the league, they swear up and down that LeBron is viewed as Kevin Durant's kryptonite. They swear up and down that's a big reason why Kevin Durant didn't come East, because LeBron was in the Eastern Conference. This man trying to win a championship. So you don't want to face LeBron until the last possible moment, which is the NBA Finals. And even then, you got to have as much support as you possibly can, which he obviously does with the Golden State Warriors. LeBron has heard this. Contemporaries in the league have heard this. Players, coaches, media, I'm telling you what I know. I am not guessing. I am not speculating. I am not prognosticating. I am telling you what I have been told. And this is dating back more than a year and a half to 2 years. So with that being said, what this comes down to is that if you are LeBron and you have confidence, it's because at some moment in time, you believe it's going to come down to you versus him. And you believe in you if you are LeBron.
No doubt, and this is related to what we talked about previously in this segment. What could go wrong for the Warriors? What's a possible obstacle? And we saw it in Game 7 of the Finals last year, where LeBron and Kyrie, especially LeBron, is looking for mismatches all over the court and all that stuff. And then when it comes down to it in the fourth quarter, he's like, this is a two-man game we're going to run against that team. Because, yes, Kyrie is a closer, as you say, in terms of scoring. LeBron is a closer in terms of his all-around game. Those are two alphas who can get it done under pressure. We've seen it. It's been battle-tested. If there is a weakness on the Warriors, It's they do not have a single player on that team who has shown consistently in crunch time, down the stretch of deep playoff games. That's the guy you want. Steph didn't do it in the first finals against the Cavs, although he was helpful in other ways in terms of the way they played. He certainly didn't do it last year. Clearly, that's the case for Durant against Steph in Game 7 of those Western Conference Finals, and there are other games you can point to as well. And even Klay, Stephen A., there's not one person on the Warriors who has yet proven themselves, even to the extent that Kyrie has in crunch time on the biggest stage. Cavs got
disagree.
2 of them.
I kind of
Warriors
disagree.
got none of them.
I kind of disagree. I think Klay Thompson is a reliable commodity. You know what? Listen, when he shows up in the playoffs, when his number gets called, he answers. One of the biggest things that upset a lot of Warriors, not just fans, but people within the organization, and I'm not casting shade on Steve Kerr. He's a phenomenal coach. There's nothing to question. He deserves all the praise he gets. But he should have called Klay Thompson's number a hell of a lot more in that Game 7 last year than he did. Klay Thompson does not get enough credit for the fact that he shows up in big moments. And everybody talks about Steph, and we talk about Kevin Durant. Klay Thompson is a factor, and he needs to be utilized better.
Klay Thompson can't get his own shot the way Steph or LeBron or Kyrie or that kind of player we're discussing you'd like to get his own shot. He can get it, but not like one of those guys.
I
and
disagree.
I would say this, Stephen A., Game 7, the last, 4 minutes and 25 seconds, the Warriors didn't score a single point. Klay was on that team. He was one of the players.
I specifically said his number wasn't called. I specifically said they didn't give him the ball.
Did he not take a shot in the last 4:25? I'm pretty sure he did.
I think he took 1 or 2 shots, but his numbers wasn't getting called. He wasn't getting the ball, Max. And, oh, by the way, Klay may not take you off the dribble, but Klay could post up smaller guards.
Guys,
Klay can get his
there.
shot off as well. He can.
We got to
true.
leave it there, but don't you worry.
You're
It's
right.
just the beginning of our playoff talk. It all tips off Saturday. We're going to get into all the first-round matchups a little later in the show. But on a much more somber note, football lost an icon. When we come back, Steeler legend Jerome Bettis will join us.